Fresh and Fit, more specifically, Myron stated on their recent podcast, they want to beat up Joe Budden. Now, if you're confused as to why they're beefing, let me do a little history lesson, and then we can get into why they want to beat up Joe Budden. So the Fresh and Fit and Joe Budden beef started about 1.5 years ago when these comments from Fresh and Fit went viral.
Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
so
bro, I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so last one, guys.
People gave them flack for saying they don't dabble in the dark, aka they don't date dark-skinned women or black women in general. But they would double down and go on their podcast and make things even worse when they gave their explanation for why they don't date black or dark-skinned women.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real. I don't really date black girls. it's not because like most black girls are like annoying. How to put this? Ratchet, and they don't know how to like be reserved. You're like the complete opposite.
You are not the stereotype. You are not the stereotype.
You are not the same. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll give you that compliment.
What's your Instagram?
After those statements, anybody who was defending their right to have a preference sort of backed down because it extended past having a preference, right? If them saying, hey, I don't date black women or dark women because I'm not attracted to them, that's one conversation. But them saying that most black women are ratchet, ghetto, et cetera, to me, that's just self-hatred. Like, you just raccooning at that point. And Joe Budden taught the same because Joe Budden would take to his Instagram and write an absolute paragraph and book denouncing Fresh and Fit. Joe would say, now, I don't normally do the repost another pod thing because one, I just don't, and two, some stuff doesn't deserve to be highlighted, but today I'll make an exception. I don't know these two doofs, but they don't get to do this. Too ignorant, inexperienced, insecure, fragile, and weak for this still gimmick to not be seen through. Black women are everything, especially beautiful. Every kind of beautiful, too. So to hear this from them, LOL, it's laughable, but it's not. It's not y'all don't date black women, fam. Black women don't date y'all. I can tell. So you harbor this hate and based opinions off as if you've been outside long enough to even know yourself, and y'all are angry about it. Just not angry enough to not use them. These idiots know most podcasts can't get off the ground or gain any traction without love or hate from black women. Both actors feel this is nothing more than a cheap, tasteless heave at a payday. The words don't match the action. If you hate them, do it without them. Skip the topic. Don't have them as guests. You clearly don't know how to host them. Don't cater combo toward them. Say no to every dollar, view, like, download, subscriptions generated directly or indirectly by them. Then I'll believe you. This is just pure laziness amongst other things. If you can't find a funny/creative way to be inclusive or discuss dating, then go back to the drawing board. I'll skip the lecture on self-hatred and just be glad they make it so easy to spot. And lastly, yes, we love Shaniqua and Boquisha. LaKanya is a personal favorite. I see why they hate some of you ninjas having microphones. Shaking my head, Black Power Fist. Oh, that man wrote a book, a paragraph, but we read it out loud, bro. Hey, I can read, people. I can read. So you would imagine, right, Joe having that opinion of Fresh and Fit, that he was happy as hell when Fresh and Fit announced they were demonetized.
And you know, we made moves on the side knowing that this could potentially happen. And guys, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube partner program. Just keep it straight with y'all.
If you look right now, you can't even super chat or
you can't even super chat right now.
But yeah, all our channels are like demonetized. Every one of us. So Fed Reacts.
Yep.
Fresh Prince CEO.
Yep.
Clips channel.
Yep.
More clips. They're all gone, guys. Basically.
Well, we don't have to guess what Joe Budden thinks about Fresh and Fit being demonetized because he told us.
Fresh and Fit boys.
Whoa.
Lost monetization. I see that was a big story.
Do you know why? Because it's not saying anywhere why. What happened? Like,
I don't have the why. I was trying to find it.
I know he was about to.
I
knew it,
man.
You knew it. You knew it. I knew it was coming.
I don't give a fuck why.
Yeah.
I don't care why. You're done. Your reign on the not so top was short like leprechauns. Ain't no time to turn your little cameras on and start crying. We don't give a fuck now. Hey.
Niggas is crying?
Yes.
Niggas is online crying.
Salute.
Fresh and Fit, if you don't know, is a podcast based in Miami that has gained popularity by just being doofs. Them
Yo, they
niggas-
were not crying.
No, they were crying.
Yeah. On top of calling them deuce and celebrating them being demonetized and rubbing it in their faces, Joe Budden will also go on to say he understands why YouTube did it and he supports YouTube doing it.
Work here, we didn't see. Now we see what you're doing because you made enough noise. Oh, and that's what you're doing?
And now the complaints.
You can't
It's
do
the
that
slow walk.
because as YouTube, if I'm going to strike a deal with Cadillac, I can't come to you and put Cadillac on here. I can't use your page. This page means nothing to me. If the people I got deals with, I can't trust you to just have your normal broadcast is fucking up the flow of business.
Gotcha. Okay. So question for you guys. Are you all familiar with their
Well, Fresh and Fit is irate that Joe Budden had those comments to say about them because they took to their own broadcast, their own podcast, and they responded back to Joe Budden. But this time, bruh, Myron was flaming from the head, bruh. Myron was seeing red responding back to Joe Budden.
Todd 91 goes, you see how Joe Budden attacked you guys on the last episode? He said that you guys were broke without YouTube. I think it's time you address this clown.
No. We still broke.
Let me tell you this. Number one, I'm not doing anything weird with my dog. Number two, we surpassed him on YouTube. Number three, he's a failed rapper. No one listens to fucking mood music. Number four, he's emotional. Number five, he beats on women. Number six, people that work with him don't respect him. He went ahead and turned his back on people that helped him build up his podcast, right? And at the end of the day, bro, Joe, you can say whatever you want to say, bro. Here's the thing. I've just been on. I probably have a similar or close to net worth as him, and I've been in the game for only 3 years. And dude, look at his views on YouTube. They're trash. No one watches this nigga, bro.
Now, they said a lot, right? They talked about a Joe Budden dog gate. Now, I don't think anybody believes that Joe Budden is having intercourse with his dog. Even though what he said was really weird in terms of masturbating his dog to make them feel better. Yeah, that's kind of weird to me. Now, they also talked about Joe Budden domestic abuse. Now, here's the thing. That's probably the most credible dig they had at Joe Budden. Because, a woman did, come on record and say that Joe Budden abused her.
Now she's saying that you beat her, you strangled her, and you sat on her stomach and caused her to lose her baby.
We actually have that
for
audio.
a half hour. Hold on, we have the audio.
We got into an argument and just basically ended up choking me so I couldn't breathe, slamming me up against the door, in the closet doors. He threw me on the floor, grabbing me by my wrist and sitting on my stomach for half an hour while I was 3 months pregnant. Went to the hospital where I found out that I lost my daughter.
It's on record. Now, Joe Budden was never convicted of any type of domestic abuse, so who knows if he really did it or not, but it's on record, so I guess that's a credible dig. Now, them saying Joe Budden gets no views, I think is inaccurate. Joe Budden has the #1 music podcast on Spotify and Apple Music charts. Joe Budden also eclipsed about 200,000 views, almost 300,000 views per podcast episode on YouTube. So I don't see how you can call Joe Budden irrelevant. As a matter of fact, nowadays, Joe Budden numbers and Fresh and Fit numbers are eerily similar. As a matter of fact, Fresh and Fit has taken a couple dips beneath Joe Budden. So I feel like digging at the numbers and digging at the success really doesn't work. Now, it started off pretty tamed, and then Myron started going in on Joe Budden and threatening him to beat him up.
Slapping bitches trying to tell us what the fuck it is. He's just, all he does is virtue signal to women because he knows he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he has to.
He has to. You literally have to be a bitch to women because you know for a fact you fucking assault them, you beat them, you sexually harass the women that work for you. Nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah, and she quit because you were harassing her, bro, because you're a weirdo. You're a perv, bro.
I do want to stop it here, though, just to give some context to the viewers. When they accused Joe of an employee quitting because she was feeling sexually harassed, they're talking about Olivia Dope making accusations that Joe Budden sexually harassed her. Now, apparently the sexual harassment took place on a podcast that has been taken down since. Apparently she said that Joe Budden made some suggestive comments that made her feel uncomfortable and fearful that if she spoke up, that she would be fired.
I have constant reminders of what has transpired, so I just kind of just have to bear with me as I try to get this out. my departure from See the Thing Is podcast, as well as the Joe Budden Network, I am here today to, still uncomfortable, but find the bravery to finally speak on a very embarrassing situation. Not only to start my healing process, but to help give encouragement to others who have similar stories of sexual harassment in the workplace. On January 18th, 2021, Joe Budden sat in on a recording of the female-led podcast I was a part of and continuously made sexual suggestive remarks to me that made me extremely uncomfortable.
Now that we got that out the way, let's continue with Myron wanting to meet up with Joe Budden and fight.
Loser, you've been talking shit for fucking years and we bit our tongue, but you know what? We're on Roblox and say this shit. Fuck you, man. Real talk. You beat on women and used to try to sit here and virtual signal. How about you say that shit to my fucking face and I'll beat the fuck out of you?
He won't do it.
I'd be happy to beat the fuck out that man. The fuck out of here. You want to beat on women and try to virtual signal us? Fuck out of here, nigga.
Now, Myron, if you were a girl, he'll fight you.
Because I am prepared to fucking fight some of you if I ever meet y'all in person. Sign the waiver, let's put boxing gloves on, and let's do this shit.
My only advice for Joe is stay away from that man, bruh. Listen, there's two people that I don't fight, bro. Somebody who got none to lose and somebody who just lost everything, right? Because they are filled with such pent-up aggression that it gives them superhuman strength. Joe, stay away from Myron, bruh. He just lost 85% of his income. The world is coming after him, bruh. Stay away from Myron. Now, Fresh after this, though, said something really weird. Now, I don't know if this was an attempt at a joke or Fresh taking a dig at Joe Budden, but Fresh offered Joe Budden, proposed to Joe Budden, to bring women to Joe Budden for Joe Budden to beat up.
You know what we should do?
Real talk!
Joe, this is for you, Joe. We'll bring you some women, you beat them up, and then come fight us. Cool?
So it went from Myron, so now it's us. Okay, so Fresh and Myron want to jump Joe Budden. I guess, man, hey, listen, my money is probably on the Joe Budden podcast when it comes to their cast. Queen's Flip and Joe versus Myron and Fresh. I'll probably go with Queen's Flip and Joe Budden, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man, who y'all going with, all right? While you guys are here, though, man, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out how Young Blue ruined his life just by watching this viral video. He ruined his life by watching this viral video. I'm going to see you guys in this video, right? Out of here, folks. Peace.